5 to 5:40. Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wheresoever you're listening to us from. This is Blaze Radio 90.7, and my name is Amos Bomin II here on the program Development Insight. And of course, this is a platform that affords individuals, NGOs, INGO workers, and other organizations that are making impact in our community across the country. They bring you information as to the impact they are making, the development, their interventions, and of course to inform the public. So today on Development Insight on Blaze Radio 90.7 is the lead campaigner, one of the most talked about group right now. And those are making impact in across Liberia. He's Mr. Edmond J. Bawe. Of course, he will be speaking to us today, sharing us on this platform, giving us some information. And of course, he's from a group called Help to Minimize Epilepsies in Liberia. Am I correct, sir?
Yeah, help
All right,
minimize
so
epilepsy in
Mr.
Liberia.
Bawe, you are welcome. This is Blaze Radio, and the program is Development Insight with me, Amos Bumi.
Well, let me say good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning to all those who will be viewing us from your platform and other platforms that are here today. It is a privilege to be here today as your guest, and I'm excited that wonderful young people can come up and manage such a very beautiful layout station, Blaze FM. We are excited and we are humble.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bawe. It's pleasure having you in our studio today to share this platform with us, Development Insight. I've been following some of your initiatives across Liberia, most especially in Nima County. I know Phil, and I know that we will also give you the opportunity to come and discuss some of those initiatives that you have been undertaking. But today, basically, we'll be looking at help minimize epilepsy in Liberia. How long is this group been in existence?
Well, so let me say again, there's something called innovation and creativity. And it's not all about me. I may just be the guest here today, but it's about you and all others, including our campaigners who love to give this credit out to our chairperson, our diaspora chairperson, who is in the US, Madame Pauline Land, and also our Liberia chairperson, Madame Antoinette White Johnson. Um, it all started with me growing up as a child. I had the privilege to have two of my cousins who are now late. May their soul rest in peace. But they all suffer from epilepsy. So it was indeed an embarrassment because of lack of knowledge that many of us did not know. Even our uncle and all of them, they did not know exactly what was happening to them. So at the result, they were now left to absolutely suffer, and then people who could not understand uh, had them to be outcast, to be placed at the point where most of them uh, could not survive today. So that alone led us to this initiative. And looking at our community, many people do not want to talk about epilepsies. And it is a signal we call spare.
Okay.
You among your friends will say in a simple way that many people will get to understand. You like we in the studio now, I get spare. Then I just drop here, then all of you running away. And many people feel that is something that you can take from people. But as we move on into the interview, we're going to talk more about it. So this initiative came about because of our passion. I'm a public health practitioner.
Okay.
I graduated from the Adventist University of West Africa, and with a degree in the public health. So blending that to the media, we took on this approach as first of all, it has been running for 3 years. As my birthday celebration and the
Wow.
late Johnson Guayclo. He too was born on the 25th of July. I was born the 23rd. We are Leo.
That's
So
wonderful.
yeah, we are like, what do we do to help people who are challenged? And it will amaze you to know that um, in Nimba County, there's a district called Yahweh Messinor Health District. It falls in District Number 9. That there's a place called Blinlo. That entire belt, if you ever hear about Kwendane,
Definitely.
Zazei,
Yeah.
Boyi, and those people did not buy this sickness. We still yet to investigate, calling on researchers, calling on people who will be able to come in that we can see why is it this is really prevalent in that community. So we are attending to 268 clients. We don't like to call them patients
Okay.
who are suffering from this condition called epilepsy.
Mr. Bawi, let me admit that this is so interesting. This is something that everyone would love to hear more. I'm interested on this platform to dive deep into help minimize epilepsy in Liberia because with all of the instances that you just gave us now, I'm a witness to some in Montserrat also from where I also from. So it is something that sometimes it happens, people like stigmatize that individual. Now you are taking up the opportunity, your time to invest into this, your resources, your energy. How are you going about doing this with this group? I understand your name scope, but people are also working along with you. But this requires huge sacrifice and all the time and energy and resources. How are you doing this?
Well, absolutely. It requires a lot of sacrifice, but there's something called empathy, seeing yourself into somebody's situation.
Definitely.
And when you have empathy, when you have passion, when you have the will, there will always be a way. We don't have money. When we started that initiative in 2022, July, we did not have money. But what we did is we used our social media platform to reach out to people, to rally support. And imagine the medication that those people who are challenged with the sickness called spare epilepsy, um, it's very expensive. And normally it's not a counter drug, meaning you don't just find it easily, paracetamol
Yeah,
and
yeah.
aspirin, chloroquine, and whatever. So to even get it is indeed difficult. But so imagine if you can't even just get it easily, then what more about people who are challenged with this sickness that they have been outcast? Some of them don't eat in people pen. They are placed them in a separate room. People don't even take bath with them. What are they dying? What are they doing? Whatever. Think how do they? How would they manage to get that medication?
Exactly. I agree with you because I can remember sometime around 2016 when I was still in the classroom. I was in the 10th grade teaching one of my students. I didn't know that this child is suffering or having this particular sickness. And while on the blackboard, suddenly I saw this child on the floor, and all of our friends left home. And on that particular day, some of them never came back to the class. So I felt the pain of that child, and we had to cancel her for some time before she could come back to school. So this requires something that medical people, medical attention, because I understand when it is chronic, people you don't have control, you fail any place, you fall any place. So how you managing when it comes to the medical aspect? You deal with it as a client, identify them, work with them, counsel. How you dealing with them?
Well, so the initiative started, like I said, in 2022, and when we reached out to them, we took Bowie Clinic to partnership with Bowie Clinic because Bowie Clinic alone, in its catchment community, with people even coming as far from Riverside County,
Okay.
B and Dorian, all of that, they have 158 clients who are taking medication there, and uh, our first Christian Aid was providing some medication, but then they stopped it since 2017. So those people have been buying the medication for themselves. And imagine where would they find it? So when we went there in 2022, July, we decided to do campaign on ourselves on social media, and we managed to start with at least 1,500 tablets of the carbamazepine, because that was a medication told to us that they were on.
Okay.
Because not all seizure carry the same medication. You first have to go to the doctor, do your test, and know which medication works for you. And we want to give it out to our lead consultant, pharmacist Joseph C. Quay. He is one person who, when he saw this initiative like you have seen today, and have now been enrolled into yes, I mean, into being a campaigner as well. He saw it and said, look, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this. And then he introduced us to the Ministry of Health, mental health department. They do partnership with us for year 2, and MSF was able to give us 3,000 tablets of the medication free of charge. So the rest of them, we partnership with other people, look for clothes, because some people say they will not get them clothes. There's a lady, when we went on the campaign, and I went and hugged her, and she started to cry. And I said, why? She said, you hug me?
So strange.
I mean, people don't come around us.
That is stigmatization.
I was just coming to that. So we need to remove the stigmatization. Every day we put up health talk, we put up public health awareness. Mental health issues are not issue of what disability.
Sure.
That you will stigmatize somebody. No, the more we care about them. And there's this other gentleman in one of the communities. He fell in the fire. We were not there. Somebody of my age or even older than me. That gentleman got burned, and this is whole hand cut off. As we speak today, the fire amputated his hand. All because people felt that maybe when he had seizure and fell in the fire, when they touch him, they will get epilepsy, they will get spared.
Well.
No. And sometimes somebody fall, they near the fire, they near hot water, remove them. Some people say when you step in the poison spit, you not get your own epilepsy. When you and then drink the same cup,
So I mean, that have been something that I grew up with, that kind of a mindset. And a lot of people been saying that it is something that will touch the spirit of the person, even intention, while they are in that mood, you are affected, you will get epilepsy. So I really want to know, is it true or
it is not true?
how does it work?
It is not true. Epilepsy, you can read about it. It's something on every Google search engine, every platform like that. You don't get epilepsy from anybody. You can't take it from anybody for whatever reason, whether you slept together, you exchange clothes and all of that. No, but we always create that myth in our mind that they think when we step in the person's spit, you will get it when they are having seizure. When you touch them when they're having seizure, it will come, it will get you. I mean, and then you will be somehow infected with it. No, it is not true. And that is one of the reasons why we are making sure to first remove the stigmatization around it totally. Like you just said, earlier, a girl has seizure. And because of that, she was stigmatized, bullied.
Yeah.
Everybody see and say, "Oh, that crazy girl fall." No, it's wrong. Right now, the definition of health says it's not just because you get malaria and typhoid, it mean you well. Psychologically, something may be playing with your mind. You may have other condition that may not be just visible right away. So nobody is well. So everybody has some condition. That is their condition that they never bought. But when we care for them, there are possibility that seizure will be controlled.
That's great. If you are listening to our show, Blaze Radio 90.7, this is your program, Development Inside with me, Amos Bumi. And my guest this afternoon is Mr. Edmond J. Bowie. He is one of the campaigners for the Help Minimize Epilepsy in Liberia. We are basically looking at their intervention in the part of Liberia called NIMBA.
Yeah.
I stand will be corrected. So what are they doing? They are working within our various communities across that country, that part of Liberia, to to help save life, to help the campaign when it comes to minimizing epilepsy. So you have to be going to your radio because we'll be opening the line so that you can make your contributions very soon. So, Mr. Bawi, coming back to this group, help minimize epilepsy in Liberia. How many districts in Nema are you currently working in?
So NIMBA has 6 health districts.
Okay.
And at the moment, because we are still on the pilot phase of it, we don't have any funding from anybody except all of us, like you're doing now. This is part of your own role
Definitely.
that you are doing, which we really appreciate, because the message that's going out today will help some people that are under the sound of our voices through this platform. So at the moment we're working in Yawin Mesno Health District, and is one of the districts, health districts in Nimba, that this situation is prevalent, meaning it's more,
Yeah.
it's more the and it's connected to Grand Basso, to Riverses, and even Grand Jide at some
Well,
point.
this is the issue. You have identified some of the clients, I don't know, patients or clients,
Yeah.
and of course, you took them to a specific clinic. You are working with them. Is it possible that if an individual is there that they are affected can walk to your organization, the clinic, to be incorporated?
Well,
Or how does it look?
so that's where the challenge is, and that's where it is important for you to have brought us here today in studio to also help that others will be able to come in to support. It will amaze you that as we leave from here today, the calls will start coming in on our phones every night. We don't sleep. Some communities, people are in Riverside, people are in Grand Basso, people are even in Monserrado County and calling us. But there are limitations to everything people do.
Yeah.
Our role as public health practitioners and campaigners for help minimize epilepsy is to seek for support and to create more awareness around the stigmatization issue. But when God blesses us with medication, we take them to the clinic.
Well, Mr.
Those
Bawi, somebody listening will say, I have my cousin, I have my nephew that's affected. But this group trying to not taking more people,
Mhm.
and this person is being affected. So are you doing referral because you don't have the capacity now? Can you refer those people who are interested to benefit from this program or to just be healed from this kind of a disease?
So what is even more interesting is our advocacy that we are doing. This is a form of advocacy we're doing.
Definitely, yeah.
But sometimes people, there are different ways of doing advocacy. Some people will decide to go and hold placards in their hands. Some people will even come and pay for airtime here to say, oh, the government not correct. The people who can go vote for them, they get epilepsy. They not that this, they not that that. But we decide that we're taking our advocacy in a way that we're starting something. It will amaze you that the government of Liberia, that's supposed to care for all its citizens with even some of these conditions. If I can tell you that the medication, these medications supposed to be to all health facility, because there are people who have mental health issues, but they are not there, dear brother. Us, yes, Mr. Boomy, it is not there. So we cannot say we're going to refer anybody, because you refer the person to a particular health facility, they will not find the medicine there.
Definitely.
That is the sad part about it. So before we go on phase 3 campaign that took us from July 25th to 28th in Yao Mesno Health District, it took us more than 3 days to look for the medication. And what was even saddening is somebody saw us the medication that was expired. They cleverly went and changed the time. But our lead consultant, who is a pharmacist, when we took the because we don't just do anything without him in terms of medication. When he saw it, he said, come and see something. This medicine you carry, it will even increase the people problem. So we have expired drugs. And the pharmacy board must be even working in that line. Many of us are taking those expired drugs today in Liberia. So that's a different story. So we cannot say come or go there. Like for instance, we carry 5,500 tablets for 268 persons, and more people still coming. Do your calculation. Every day, a patient supposed to take one tablet. Every day, a patient supposed to take one tablet. So if you take one tablet a day, if just you do your math to just divide, or for instance 5,500 tablets by 268 persons, it will tell you that this is not making
Yeah.
any serious intervention. But what is important is because the medication we take, most of them, they are not on this medication. Most of them, the testimony coming from them, when you hear it, they are like, since I started taking the medication, I have not fallen you, and I want you to be coming all of the time, because we are now cooking for ourselves.
Okay.
We are joining our family people. We can sing in the choir. We now, the only thing we're fighting for as well is for some of them who are school going, people to start to return to the school, which is why we're working with all of the stakeholders.
Thank you, Mr. Babu. In that case, it says something after the treatment and you declare those affected that okay, you are healed. This epilepsy is no more on you. How is it like? Is it a time frame of this treatment or is it a continual process?
So epilepsy can be cured,
Okay.
but it can be controlled. Seizure can be cured, it can be controlled. So that is why it is important to eat well, rest well, be careful, and because this is a situation that starts in your brain. It is an electronic shock into the brain. When that happens, it's spark that you put negative and positive together. Wire when it eject you, yeah, you pour heater in water,
Yeah.
then you go put your hands out, it can push you back. But that will just happen for a little time. It's not going to be for a longer time. So no, that's why we are doing all that we can to get people in wellness, because it cannot be cured. But if for instance we go every year, which not supposed to be so, but every day you're supposed to take one medication,
Yeah.
but we go every year, and then people are not giving testimony for most of the facilities that look, this thing is not doing me the way it was doing me before. So it just tell you that indeed they need care and they need the medication, and which is why we're calling on all stick actors to join us in this campaign and what you are doing today.
Thank you, Mr. Bawi. This group won my admiration when I went online, start to follow some of your stories, your interventions that you were making. And it caught my attention. Today we are having you on Development Insight here on Blaze Radio 90.7. With this intervention you are making, how well are you being received outside there within our various communities?
Oh, that is amazing. And at first, when we started in 2022, when we started our boy clinic, we arrived there 11 in the night because everywhere was flooded. We had to pass through Tapetan, and everywhere was flooded. But when we got there before 9 o'clock in the morning, the whole clinic, the clients were all there already waiting. And that year, there were many people who partnership with us, who get clothes, who get slippers, who get different. There's this organization called Women Empowerment Forum Liberia. They also gave us this thing we call sanitary pad, which the common name is Kotex. There's a reusable one. They give it because some of the women who are challenged with this, for matter of fact, there are more women challenged with this from amongst the 268 clients that we are dealing with Yao Mesno Health District. There are more women, who are affected. So they were really, really excited. So every time they want to see us, When they see us in the community, those ones who go on the farm, sometimes they bring us oil, they want to bring us gifts, they want us to be friends, and we all are just friends. And they are really excited, including the district health team. We want to give it out to them. I mean, all the clinicians, they can't wait, because when the people medicine finish, they will go to them and say, I want medicine. The people, bro, you're finished selling it. You're finished selling it. People say the medicine will be here all the time. You will finish. So they just really want to get out of this whole thing for them to go on doing their normal businesses.
That is good. And I mean, I think we had to work together because this is a story that is being told everywhere now, and this is a national concern. So you earlier mentioned that this is something that the government had to come in even to buttress the effort of this team, help minimize epilepsy in Liberia, and this is the reason why Blaze FM have here today on Development Insight. So with this intervention, how is it look like to be incorporated as a client within this program? How you go about getting those people? I understand you already did your need assessment, but then other people somewhere wants to be a part of it, or they want to contact you or to like refer those people to you.
Well, so again, for now, we are now working everywhere. The last time when we had the privilege when Isaac Reg interview us on LNTV, the calls were coming in from as far as Maryland, River G, Bombay County, Kitmount, and all of those different communities. We are not capacitated now. We are only dealing with the 268 clients who are they are already registered at the health facilities in Quending, at Quending Clinic, at the Bowie Clinic, at the Zanzei got 2 clinics, and then Zikepa Health Center and Maternal Waiting Home, then Mela Clinic. So we are basically working in Yahweh Mesno Health District, Nimba County Editorial District number 9. And at the moment, except for those who will leave from Bomb County, there have been other clients leaving from Bomb County, from Grand Bassa County, from Riverside, coming for the medication at those various facilities. Sometimes when they go there, the medicine already finished, and they can work hours. Sometimes some of them work 8 to 9 hours.
Those interested people who are coming to benefit from the medication, are they coming to be admitted, or they just come and sign for the medication and take it? But
No, and what is important, it's a very good question. What is important is epilepsy is not, it's a mental health condition.
Okay.
That is not a disability, or maybe that they placing you at a particular point to maybe infuse some medication. So they normally work by themselves, come to us, come to the facility. The only thing we do is to monitor and make sure that they get the
Because
medication.
somebody somewhere will say, she took the drugs and then took it, she's not taking it, the condition still the same. Because maybe they may need special attention or care, and then they are confined to a certain place for certain time. So that's the point I'm speaking from.
And you are right. You wouldn't know how much they want to be forever among them, their friends.
Okay.
You can't joke with those people medication, to the extent that when that the ones we taking, when when everything is off, they will come to that clinic and wait there and telling the clinicians that you will need to get your medicine. All right. So they don't joke with that medication, but they are already being registered at those clinics, taking medication. And there are other people too, because of stigmatization, they prefer to take their children on the farm. So we encouraging them that this thing, you don't buy that sickness. We all say we're not well too. We have malaria, or we have something that you're under malaria treating you here. Come to the clinic, get registered, let them check you and see exactly what type of medication that is good for you. Some people don't take carbamazepine. Some people take phenobarbital. Some people take different, um, seizure control medication. So you need to first be checked by the clinicians. That's the only way you know. So we do not, or refer people to any other health facility and say, look, go to this place. But when it is the campaign time, the every July we go, which is a long time, it should not be that way. It should be every month that the medication is available. But that's an advocacy we are pushing to see how well this can be able to help.
Are you also involved into the post-campaign messages? Because once a pre-campaign messages is being carried out to incorporate your client or those who benefited from this program, what happens after when it gets back to the community? When it gets back, what happens?
So, first of all, that is why the issue of stigmatization, removing the stigma around this whole epilepsy thing is important. And we want to say thank you so much to all of our stakeholders and those who are with us. So the messages, like what we're doing now, is part of the messages that are ongoing. And then what we normally do is that we follow up with them. Those who have telephone numbers, we reach out to them. How you doing now? How everything coming on? So it is now the duty of the clinicians, because that's their responsibility.
Okay.
The Cato Center trains some mental health clinicians who are assigned to various clinics around Liberia and want to give it out to the government of Liberia for that. So there's also mental health uh coordinator in every health district, that monitor these things. So we are just there to buttress that work, because they are incapacitated to be able to do it at the moment. So, which of course, it is incumbent on all of us to be able to get involved with community initiatives that are important, because when the society is happy, when you go and see your neighbor and who was one every other time, the mother will not have to go on the farm, she will has to wait around by her child. Then farming season, people live by farming and all of that. They're not doing it. Poverty is right there. But if they're taking the medication regularly and the seizure has, minimized drastically, or maybe there's no more seizure, they will go about doing their own things. And when you go now, they will not be asking you for medication. They will not intend want to even give you something.
All right, this is a program development insight, and my guest this afternoon is Mr. Edmond G. Bowie. He's one of the lead campaigners for Help Minimize Epilepsy in Liberia, and we are discussing the intervention in that part of Nema County and how are they working with those affected with this particular sickness, and how are they been receiving the patients that they have right now, how are they working in the community. And of course, we are diving deep into it. If you are listening to us today, this is Blaze Radio 90.7. So, Mr. Bawe, somebody listening to you through maybe social media or through the radio wants to know, is this something that you can speak to them now, identify maybe a personal doctor that they can reach to for counseling or advice as to how they can prescribe some drugs? I mean, they may not get access to help minimize epilepsy, but this message today could be a help to them. Okay, I can identify a doctor or a physician that will help me in this process. Is it possible?
Well, so the thing is, Liberia is a country, and the Ministry of Health is doing all they can to meet the health needs of our people. So, of course, yes, just as when we are not well, we have, like we said, people who have epilepsy, first, they've been stigmatized.
Sure.
And you and me know, to see a specialized doctor in this Republic of Liberia, you know how much it costs.
All
So,
right. To make your contributions on Development Insight, you can call the following number 0777 907 907 0887 111107. Again, 077 907 907 0887 111107 are the numbers to call to make your contributions here on Development Insight. And my guest today is Mr. Edmond Bowie from Help Minimize Epilepsy in Liberia. Is one of the lead campaigner, and we are looking at how this sickness is affecting some people in Liberia, and what are they doing to help those people get back into their community, into normal businesses? So, Mr. Gbawe, is there anything maybe you want to say about this group that we are not asked so far?
Well, so like I was just saying, when you notice that somebody is not well, take them to the health facility. There are several health facilities around the country. Do your best. Do not stay home. Do not just carry them or just diagnose whatever situation by yourself. Whatever the case is, reach out to the health facilities that are close to you. So mental health issues are not disability. Okay, so people must take health into their own hands. The only reason why we are doing this intervention is because the medication is not available to the various health facilities in those affected communities, which we are pleading uh, with the government of Liberia, the Ministry of Health, to be able to get involved with it. And whenever you notice that somebody is having seizure, all you need to do is to help that person out. You cannot stop seizure to say, oh, I fell here right now. You can come and control me now. I come back to myself quickly. No. But what you can do is you remove the chair from behind me, place me in the right position. The things that are near me, the hot water, hot oil, knife, collars, any dangerous things that could hurt me in that process. Just all you need to do is to remove it from near me, because you cannot stop the seizure right away, and say it will stop now. Let me just wait a minute, let the man start. No, at that point, that person becomes very, very strong. You cannot just control them like that. So maybe they want to chew that tongue and all of that. All you need to do is to just put maybe something there, but not something too that will break that tongue. So those are care that we ask all of us to do. You cannot get spare from people. Okay, so we are calling on each of us to be a campaigner in your community. You know it. When the person is ashamed, encourage them. Let them go to the health facility. Encourage them. Tell them, no, this thing that is doing you, don't be afraid. We'll not bully you. And don't call them crazy people. Say you get you bad move, man. You just crazy. Don't bully them. Don't shame them. No, that sickness. The way we care for them is going to help them as well to now regain their self-esteem.
Thank you, Mr. Gbawe. Somebody listening to you somewhere wants to maybe reach out to help minimize epilepsy, to get more detail or to work along with this group or to really donate or to contribute. I understand from the onset you said there are some challenges that this group is because you just came into being and you need more capacity, you need more stuff to take care of this program. And are you intending in any time for now to expand outside of the health district are you working in currently?
Oh yes. So the other day, Fred Yugbe, the Nimba County, the Lower Nimba County ERBC correspondent, interviewed us on one of the community radio stations in Tapatan. There were a lot of callers calling in from the community called Blood Dialabi in Tapatan.
Okay.
They said that community is challenged. Just before we could come to studio, you were also telling us some of the communities that are challenged with epilepsy in Nimba. So yes, we are hoping to expand. During the draft, we also hoping to go to Riverside and Grand Bassa. Okay, and what we're doing, and that is why being a team of having an integrity is important, and honesty. Anybody who spend their cent for this program, whatever we do, we are sent by catering to these people. We report to you by video, by evidence, by the work we do. So in that way, it's growing. So people in that health district, even people who are not from that health district, like you are also contributing. Some people may not call today, but this message will help them. And it's happening because of you who brought us here to be able to talk to our people. So when we go to Riverside by the grace of God, the thing we're doing in Nimba, we're going to do it there. We're going to put out a campaign that, look, we eat Riverside. This part of this community is challenged with epilepsy. This is the statistics that we are getting from the clinicians and the district health team or the county health team. You who are from Riverside, can you join us to save somebody's life somewhere. I know the people of River says will do same. I know the people of Grand Bassa that are challenged, other communities that are challenged. But every day the numbers keep ranking from different communities. Before I could come here, there's a deacon from Widoro who called me and said, "Look, my children are challenged with this situation. We need your help." And we said, "Yes, for us, we don't give medicine." And now the medication we took to those 5 facilities, it will amaze you that in less than 5, 6, 7 days a week, the 5,500 tablets gone. There's nothing there. So
Wow.
right now the campaign is on. If you are on social media, you just search for help minimize epilepsy in Liberia. You're gonna get the full detail how you can be able to contribute. But if you also want to reach out to us, our numbers are 0778 070604. But Mayu, we can't give medicine to
Yeah,
people.
yeah. All right, that was the voice of Mr. Ekmont G. Bowie. He's the lead campaigner of the group Help Minimize Epilepsy in Liberia. He's our guest today on Development Insight on Blaze Radio 90.7. Mr. Bowie, because of time, we will just a few words for you. Maybe there's something that you want to let the public know, or maybe something about a group. We understand that you have intention to expand this initiative all across Liberia, and this is a huge one. And I must admit that, of course, with this initiative, you're going to impact more lives, you're going to transform more lives, make more people get back on their feet, and of course, be integrated into the society. So, what really do you want to maybe add on what we just said? Because there are so many people listening to you. I know that they are glued to the radio, social media, watching all live, and they are interested in getting more from this. So time cannot permit us to like continue, but we will still give you the platform again so that we can dive deep into this program.
Yeah, sure. So, probably we will suggest that the next time we go by segment, maybe we'll go by awareness, we'll go by the
Definitely, definitely.
pathway, we'll
Yeah,
go by.
yeah,
But this was really good, Amos Boomy, and we did not see this coming to admit. And we want to say thank you, first of all, for allowing us without paying anything. And you have just called us here to share our thoughts on the issue of spare. We can say spare because we want for everybody to
to
understand it.
understand. Yeah,
So those who are on the social media, of course, it's epilepsy, and it is something that you cannot. It's not contagious. You cannot get it from anybody. So we're calling on you to be a campaigner in your community. When you see anybody challenged with that sickness, don't laugh at them.
do you have a confined number of people to volunteer, but is it open to interested people who wants to volunteer with this group?
Great question. It's open. At the moment, we have volunteers coming from Bomi County
Okay.
who don't even understand Mara and Gio. And the goal of us, in our various communities, we have some people who have been contributing from the US. They are now never even been in Liberia,
Okay.
but when they see the Nathans or her working lady, Sis Pauline Land, and our other chairperson like Bureau Madam Anthony White Johnson, and our lead pharmacist Joseph Sequoy, and all those who have been contributing. Next time when we come, we will need those who have been contributing, because but the latest of them is Dr. Yasu Waidolie.
Okay.
He's somebody who said, this thing is treating one man in my village. I spend on it a lot, and sometimes there's no money. And we were able to send 300 tablets to that community, which is in Mela. So all of us, it's not limited to say we want 10 volunteers. No, we want all of us in the various communities where somebody is having a challenge with epilepsy. Even those who are not in Liberia, who are watching by means of the television, across the world, you may have somebody who is challenged, and you thinking the same way I was thinking, that when somebody is having this thing, when you touch them, you're not getting it.
Better.
Yeah, you are not getting from them. So we are just happy that you are doing this. We are willing, and from today on, you are being enrolled into the program as a volunteer for us to work together to help minimize epilepsy.
Appreciate.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mr. Bawe. It was a pleasure honoring our invite to come today on Development Insight on Blaze Radio 90.7. We look forward to working along with Help Minimize Epilepsy Labrador to give the message out there to campaign on this particular health issue, because almost everyone is affected one way or the other. So it's a pleasure having you today in our studio. It's a pleasure sharing your ideas and thoughts with us today from your organization.
Thank you so much. We are honored and we are always available. And to all others that are out there, let's continue to help. It may not just be in epilepsy. It might be water and sanitation issue. It might be maybe somebody child. Schools are about to open at the moment. Some kids, when you go downtown right now to the supermarket, a lot of people there right now buying.
Yeah.
But $25, $50
To give a child
can
hope.
send somebody child
Yeah.
to school.
Yeah,
Be a help to somebody,
Definitely.
and God will bless you in the
Impact
society.
life makes the society
Absolutely,
what it ought to be.
absolutely.
Today and tomorrow, we're going to have a better and brighter future for our country. Thank you so kindly for listening. You hear us again. We'll be on Tuesday, the same time, same station on Development Insight with me, Amos Bumi. Bye bye.
Thank you.
In today's Liberia, there are many local and international NGOs, individuals working in various communities around